Hi, I'm Rachael Reynolds-Soucie. I'm the editor of Yes Magazine and also the editor of the Life section at the Daily Journal. And I'm here at Stonebrook Farm, which the Daily Journal owns. It's a beautiful property just outside the city limits of Kankakee. And my goal today is to can and jar these tomatoes, home preserve them, and I'm going to show you how by demonstrating a couple of different ways. We'll use our pressure canner, which is a lot of fun. And then, of course, you have your water bath canner. The first thing that you want to do is you want to get a big stock pot and fill it up with water. And what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and blanch your tomatoes. You're going to stick them in boiling water for about 5 minutes, just until the skins start to crack. And you'll see that. Once you've got that done, you're going to put them into the sink or a colander. You're going to want to cover them with cold water to bring the temperature of the tomatoes down. And once they're cool enough to handle, you're going to go ahead and you're going to just start taking the skins off. And it's really easy. They just slide right off the tomatoes, and you can either leave them whole. These are pretty big. I don't think that we're going to get those into the jars, so I'm going to probably cut them or quarter them. Cut them in half or quarter them. And once you've got that done, you can just kind of start prepping everything that you need. You want to make sure, the most important thing in home canning is to make sure that everything is sterilized. You want to make sure that everything is clean. And then ideally what you want to do is, when you're working with your ingredients, you want to keep everything really hot. So as far as the jars, you want to put those in boiling water and keep them hot until they're ready to use. It's easy as long as you follow the steps correctly, make sure everything is clean and disinfected. You shouldn't have a problem. What I'm going to go ahead and do is start ladling my tomatoes into the jars. The tomatoes are super easy because the only thing you need is 100% lemon juice, which is essential. It's going to help keep the acidity within your jars at the right level, and that'll make sure that they don't spoil. And salt. Salt is usually optional, but it does give it a nice taste. You want to always kind of smash them and push them down as you're going inside the jars. Again, just to get any air that's in there. You don't want air inside of here. And this here is a nifty little tool that the Ball Company includes in their starter kit. It's important because you want, again, to make sure that you've got enough head space. You don't want too much and you don't want too little. That there is perfect. So this tool here, what you want to do is you want to, right before you put the band and the lid on there, you're going to want to run this tool around a couple of times just to make sure that there's no air or bubbles inside of your tomato jars. And what you're looking for is that amount of headspace. If you have too much, it'll break the seal, and you certainly don't want too little. So this little tool just kind of allows you to stick it on the edge, and right at the bottom there is where the top of the tomatoes and tomato juices, and that's perfect. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get a nice clean damp rag, just a kitchen rag, and you're going to want to go around the edge and the top of your jars and just make sure that you wipe off any excess. Sometimes there'll be a stray tomato seed. You can see what kind of came off. Even as little bit of that can break your seal when you're canning, and you don't want that. So just go ahead and wipe it. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to put a sterilized lid right over the top of that. And then we're going to put our band on. Now you don't want these too tight, because once you take them out of the canner, you're not going to be able to get them off. So what they say is fingertip tight. So just enough to where you can't really turn it. Yep. This here is your typical old-fashioned water bath canner, and what it does is it has this wire, this little wire piece that fits in there, and your jars are going to be kept in there, and you're going to lower it. Now what's important about this wire mesh piece is that it's going to keep the tomatoes off of the bottom of the pan. And the reason for that is because if you have glass jars on the bottom of the pan, then they're going to crack. So it's necessary that you have that you use either a water bath canner or a pressure canner, which also has a bottom piece that keeps the glass off of the bottom. Otherwise, you're going to open up your canner and find a big glass mess.